Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we'll talk about data types and how to convert data types from one data type to another data type in Python. So what we'll learn today, we'll focus on different data types, check data type and also data conversion. There are so many data types. Here are commonly used data types in Python. Numeric can be integer or float. The other one is string. There are other data types too. For example, booleans that contains true or false values, and also list, dictionaries, tuples or tuples, which we will cover in future videos as well. If you want to check the data type in Python, then you can basically use type, and then within the parentheses you can just provide that data name. Like here, for example, type data will provide you the what kind of data is that. And if you want to convert from one data type to the other data type, for example, we are converting as data to float, then you can just use float and as. That will convert the as data type to the different data type, that is float. All right, now let's do some coding, how we can do that in Python. Open the Anaconda Navigator, and from there you need to launch the Jupyter Notebook. Once you launch that Jupyter Notebook, you should be able to get here, and you have to navigate to the folder where you have the code. And if you go here, now you can create a new Python. Let's go to Python and then create something called 202 and then data types and then maybe conversion, right? Something like this. So we're gonna do convert the data first, define the data type. So now let's define integer data type. Age equals to 25, and we can make a comment age of a person, and also you can define the other variable is number of bedrooms equals to, let's say, 3, right? And if you want to print it, you can just print age, print number of bedrooms, shift enter, and you can print both of them. Look at here, this is called a cell in Python in Jupyter Notebook, and you can write all the codes together in the cell also. You don't need to write separately. And the other one is, let's define a float data type, which is, for example, height, person height equals to maybe 5.7, and then tree height equals to 40.3, something like that, right? And you can print it similarly, person height, that's what it is. And you can print in another cell also. I wanted to show you various ways you can do it so that you don't get confused. All right, here it is. Now if you want to check the data type, let me change this to markdown and then check data type. To check the data type, let's see, we already defined as earlier. Now you can check that, check data type of as. Now do type and as, it will show you int, which is integer. Similarly, you can check for, let's say, for the person height, check for person height, and you can do type person height. See, it says float. So this is how you can check the data type. Now let's talk about conversion. So if you want to convert from one data type to other data type, then this becomes very handy. Now what I'm going to do is I will call it conversion. Now let's define again as integer, right? Then let's say as equals to 25, that's integer. Let's convert this to float, right? Convert to float. For that, if you remember in the lecture note earlier, we talked about we just need to use float for that. So let's call it as float equals to float, and then as, shift enter, it ran fine, so everything is okay. Now you can check the data type of as is integer, and if you check the data type of as float, that is float. See, this one is converted from integer to float. All right, let's talk about converting from floats to integer. Floats to integer. Let me write float height equals to 5.6, this is float, and I want to convert that to the integer. Maybe I can call it height int equals to, I just need to use int and then height. I just did shift enter. Now I can check the data type height, you can see this is float, and type for height int, this is integer, right? This is how you can convert from float to integer. All right, next one is how to convert from, let's say, integer to convert to string. So for that, what we can do is equals to, let's say this is 25, which is the integer. Now is str equals to, you can do str is, and then if you type the is str, then you can see this is the string, right? One thing I wanted to show you is how we can print using this statement. For example, if you do print and use the f, is like formatted string f, and then you can say is the value of is, you can just say as, and then see, if you use this curly bracket, it's getting this value from, we already defined it here. So you close this with the quotation mark, and then if you run it, then you can see the value of the age is 25, right? So this is the clear way of printing something. So you can do similarly, print if the height of a person is, you can say height, right? And then if you run this, you can see up. All right, this is our opportunity to understand what's happening in the error, right? So it says name error, print something happening here, and name error, name height is not defined, right? So something here don't have the correct spelling of the height, which is HEIGST. If I run it again, it runs fine. All right, this is how we can convert from one data type to another data type. I really hope that you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.